Hey guys, so in today's video, I wanted to talk about something that I wish patients understood about healthcare workers. So I had an experience at work this week with a patient who basically was kind of almost verbally abusive to me and was definitely not very nice because of an interaction that he and I had while I was working. Um, Basically, it was at one of our outlying clinics. And so at our outlying clinics, the nurses or medical assistants have the responsibility to draw blood. At our main clinic, which is where I work 99% of the time, we have actual phlebotomists. Like, I am a certified phlebotomist, but we have phlebotomists where that is their only job. They work in our lab. Their only job is to draw blood and do other lab testing, of course, and specimen processing, everything that phlebotomists do. But while I was out at the outlying clinic, this particular patient was giving me a hard time. And eventually, so the situation was this patient had come in and needed to have some blood drawn and was moving their arm around. So like they were going like this, and I had told them, please stop, just hold still. And, I can see a vein there, but I need you to hold still so that I can get the vein. And I was worried about potentially sticking the patient. I didn't feel like it was a safe situation with the patient going like this. Eventually they held still, and then I put the needle into their arm. And then as I put the needle in, it flashed. So I got blood return. And then they went like this really quick, just sideways, that sideways motion. And I lost it just that quick. And I tried to maneuver the needle around a little bit, and the patient got extremely upset with me and angry and called me incompetent and stupid and all of these other things. I just want people to know, like, I wish patients understood that even though healthcare workers, our job is to do certain things, like as a medical assistant, my job is not to draw blood 24 hours a day. Like, that is not my only job. Most of my job is giving injections, rooming people, assisting the providers with whatever it is that they need, making phone calls, scheduling, talking to pharmacies, dealing with prior auths, things like that. Like, phlebotomy is a minute part of my day. Even though I am a certified phlebotomist, my current job, that is not the main focus of my workday. And so I just wish that patients understood that we are human. We are not going to be perfect 100% of the time. Even the best phlebotomist still has days where they may miss the draw. They may miss a vein. They may have to stick you more than once. And I just wish that people understood that we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. At least I do. I am constantly in my head talking to myself. I feel awful if I can't get blood from someone. And so I just wish that people understood just how bad we feel. Like, we don't want to have to stick you more than once. We want, this whole process to be seamless for you and not painful, or as painless as possible. Because different procedures, pain is just a part of it. And, I just wish that people understood that we are trying our best. And honestly, lately, I've been feeling quite a bit burnt out just because of how much I've been working. I've been covering different shifts for people. I have stayed late to close the urgent care clinic. Like, I have been doing a lot. On top of being someone who works full-time, I'm also full-time in a BSN program. And, there's a lot on my plate. I am taking 6 classes right now. Because I'm trying to make progress towards my BSN degree. And so, even though I'm not doing any clinicals this semester, I am taking a full course load. I am taking 17 credits worth of school in the fall semester. And it's just very frustrating because I'm trying my best to be a decent human being. I'm trying my best to make sure that people get the highest level of care, the highest quality care that they can. And I know that some of my coworkers are not as thorough as I am, but everything that I do comes from a good place. I want people, like I said, to feel better. I want to make a difference in their life. I want to make them happier. I obviously can't do that with everyone, but it really bothered me. Like, I'm not gonna lie, when I was driving home that day from work after he had called me incompetent and stupid, I was being so extremely hard on myself. I just kept telling myself, like, what is wrong with me? How could I miss that blood draw? And, I am my own worst critic in some of the worst ways. I am very good at the negative self-talk, and I tend to go a little overboard. I just wish that patients were able to connect the fact that healthcare workers, yes, we do these things on a regular basis or a semi-regular basis, but we're not always perfect. I mean, we're never perfect, but we're not always going to get it the first try. We're not always going to be 100% successful. I don't think anybody can ever be 100% successful with everything that they do. And I just wish that people kept that in mind, because healthcare is very hard to work in. You are dealing with people who are sick, people who are coming in not feeling well, they're in pain, they have these issues and they're trying to find solutions for them. And, to sit there and come in and berate and belittle and demand things from people and scream at them, be verbally abusive. Like, I have had patients, call me all these names, call me, like I said, stupid and incompetent was the most recent one. I've had, other names be called as well prior to this one experience. It's just very frustrating because, like I said, I go out of my way to try to make sure that people have the best experience possible. But like I said, I'm only one person, and I work in a team of people within a clinic at a critical access hospital. And so I can't be held responsible for the experience that people have had with other people. And what kind of inspired me to film this video is that particular patient, after calling me incompetent and stupid, had mentioned, the girls at the lab, they never have any problem. And that's where I wanted to say, like, I wish patients understood, like, if you are doing something day in and day out, it does become routine to you. Like, phlebotomists, that is their only job, is to do lab testing, draw blood, process specimens, things like that. And I have so many other things that I have to do. I have to be able to splint people. I have to be able to give people medications. I have to be able to give people immunizations. I have to be able to room. I have to be able to do screenings. Like, my job encompasses a lot more things than what the phlebotomists at our lab have to do. Like, yes, please don't take this the wrong way if you're a phlebotomist or someone who works at the hospital that I work at, because their job is difficult as well. But what I'm saying is, like, I have to have like a level of knowledge about so many different things. Whereas, if I was working just as a phlebotomist, where I'm constantly just drawing blood and doing all of that, yes, I'm going to get into a routine. I'm going to be able to feel veins, a little bit better than I do right now. And, I'm not saying that I'm bad. I've had a lot of people who compliment my ability to draw blood, who say, oh, I didn't even feel you put the needle in, because I'm usually very good about it. But there are the occasional people who, they might move or they might flinch, because certain people, when the needle goes in, they flinch, and then you get a little bit of blood return and then it just stops. And I try to adjust the needle and see if I can get it going again, and I can't always. A lot of the times I can, but I can't always do that. And so I just wish people understood that there is a whole process to this, and you calling a healthcare worker a name, or, belittling us or berating us or trying to make us feel bad about the fact that we failed you in some way, is not going to help the situation, because we are probably already upset with ourselves that we weren't able to be successful on the first try. So I just wanted to share my thoughts on that. Let me know if you have experienced anything similar, if you are a healthcare worker. And yeah, if you have any questions or any topics that you would like me to discuss on my channel in the future, please be sure to let me know. I'd be glad to get something filmed for you. And with that being said, I will talk to you guys next time.